address that after the game. When you have an individual that goes missing, what's the process? Do you address that as a team? Is it just Shiro talking to Hallie? What's the process there?
I don't know why we're talking only about Shiro, because yesterday I think we all play not so good, how usually we are playing. And for after game we just have a short talk about what happened, and we just focus about next games, not caring a lot about what happened against GG How, because it's not important, we are not eliminated from this tournament, and sometimes it's happened in best of 1 matches, and we just have preparation against Luminosity after short talk, and individual routine like deathmatch or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the perfect way to be looking forward, right? Best of 3 on the horizon, as you mentioned, Luminosity. What did you take away from their game yesterday versus Game of Legion?
It's a very interesting question. I think important point is be team on the server. Yeah.
And in terms of that elimination maybe looming for you guys today, what does that do to the mental of the team?
For us, our mental is good because we are professional players, and we should know how resetting after so pain loss. Yeah. And for us, it's very important today match because we want to play this tournament. We want to go in deep on this tournament, and we want to show how we play usually on the server.
So I won't keep you a moment longer then. Thank you so much for your words. Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, and what we're looking at here is that exact matchup here, where yesterday we get to find out if we had variance or warning coming into the server today. Are we looking at a team from the side of Spirit? Is yesterday the beginning of a downfall of some sort, or is it coming into today's matchup against the Luminosity that has put a lot of tactical burden on Lux?
Yeah, I'll be completely honest. I'm not worried on behalf of Team Spirit. Yes, yesterday was not a great performance. It was a best of 1. None of the players really outside of Dunk showed up. I think they're going to have a very easy time right here. I think they're going to have an easy time making the playoff, and I think they'll be still one of the teams I have in contention to win the entire thing. So based on that one best of 1 yesterday, it hasn't changed how I feel about Team Spirit, and I hope that we get to see the much better version today, where they will make no room for doubt whatsoever that they clearly are better than Luminosity.
Yeah, we're not going to sound the alarm bells at all. You know, it happens. It happens even for the lead teams to have a day off, and I think yesterday was a very good example. And I think Tanir even saying that it was not only on Shiro, right? I think Shiro just stood out because we did get a lot of POVs where he would miss shots and he died his own molly and whatnot. But as a cohesion, as a team, they just felt off. And, you know, there's probably a lot of ideas and thoughts to why that one happened. But sometimes it's hard to explain. Even though you feel like you're on top of your game, something just doesn't click, and then you lose when it's just the best of 1.
Yeah, guys, I'd ask you who you think is going to win this one. It's pretty clear who your allegiance and allies to. Is that right? Jacob, can you just give me one quick one?
Yeah, I mean, anything but a 2-0 for Team Spirit would be disappointing to me. I hope Luminosity can surprise us. I hope they can make the game competitive, but I'll be completely honest, I don't believe it.
No, and
hello guys.
I don't see a world where Spirit will not win this, and it should be a 2-0 this one.
Should be.
Has to be.
Even if we don't know the maps. I mean, yes, we do have Ancient first, probably like a Dust 2 as a second if I'm looking at this from like a wonky angle.
Don't tell me about the third, because we won't need it.
We might
imagine if we need it.
We might not. Yesterday, when you
more.
said what you said, it actually came true the opposite way. It's like some sort of curse of its own. So, Ancient, Dust 2, first 2 maps.
Yeah, I mean, like, just the Ancient that makes sense from the likes of Luminosity. You know, it's one of the maps that they have the highest win rate when it comes to the team, because they carry that over from Monty. They played at a major at a relatively high level, maybe thanks to Gismi, and then on the side of Dust 2 for Spirit, it's been their bread and butter for a long time. So, you know, they always feel very comfortable. So in that regard, it's a map pool that speaks also into the favor of Spirit.
Yeah, doesn't change how I feel. Dust 2, Ancient, it's the same.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. I think there's nothing left to do here but actually get the game going. So you asked in chat, and we're going to deliver. Let's do it.
Right, maybe a bit of a surprising one here, Hugo, because we've got on one side of the stage Luminosity, this new look squad, the kind of amalgamation of the Monty team alongside Lux.
Kali ini nggak mungkin kalah ya dong ya guys ya.
But Hugo, who are they up against?
Spirit. And why is Spirit here, Harry? A shocking BO1 upset on that first day. GG How tore through Spirit 13-10 on Mirage, and now we sit with Spirit just a single series away from elimination. You'd like to think we're not even really considering that as a factor, but that was a disappointing debut, a disappointing day one, and something that Spirit need to make up for pronto. Now could be the time. They're playing a Luminosity that has yet to win a series with this 5, and so let's get straight into the action and see if Spirit can make up for their debut.
Well, we're going to
udah mulai,
see
Jing.
right from the get-go, because this one is down to a retake already. It's a bomb plant here for Luminosity.
BC game nggak ikut EWC, udah kalah bang.
Lux hears these rotations out through middle as well. They can't afford to overlook this. Luckily enough, with 4 players coming in through mid, it's more than enough eyeballs to flush out their captain.
Gue lagi mau nge-story
Tanir
guys.
and Donk, they'll follow up with the next couple, and that leaves it on Afro and Rainwaker here. Sight starting
Dua
to feel
low.
a little claustrophobic, but damage done. Rainwaker waits. Defuse being held. Late reaction here. Won't be able to get them off in time. Defuse taken right from under his nose.
Hampir
Doc
aja.
had a smoke with his kit. He didn't even put it down. He didn't want to make it too obvious, I guess. Just gets a full 5 second with a bit of cover and enough time to get that round for Team Spirit. I mean, you know, we've seen Luminosity pick Ancient in this series, and sure, you're going to lean towards your comforts. It's not exactly Luminosity trying to punish Pick Spirit. That's not the world we live in. But you've also picked a very comfortable map for Team Spirit. So it's going to be hard to catch them sleeping at the wheel here. 10-2 on in the last 6 months. 11-3 this year. Not dead first up in heaven. Luminosity are coming through.
Oh, this force buy is just getting wrecked, isn't it? All dead at the door. Rainwaker, he has A. I don't know how useful that's going to be, though, with the bomb and the rest of his teammates gone.
Well, it looked like it could have gone wrong there for a second with Donk dead in heaven and then, you know, Flash getting set up for lane, but Spirit have no problem crunching. I think all eyes are on Shiro today, Harry, after that first map.
They are. They certainly are. Like, you could just tell from, I would say, like 4 or 5 rounds in to Mirage that he was not having a good day. And, you know, I think in a game that ended up being pretty close, one where you're the massive favorites, you've got to look at him, and he was like the main emission in that game. Had a number of swings and misses, a number of rough rounds, never really got going. And I mean, outside of Donk, there wasn't really a lot to look forward to across the entire roster.
Salah.
So yeah, Shiro going to be under a microscope, but I think you want a lot of mileage from everyone here on this Spirit squad. It's a game you just can't afford to lose. Like, you can't have two massive upsets against you, especially versus this brand new Luminosity squad that have only won 1 map since they've been together. They've lost every single series they've played.
Yeah, and it's a BO3 at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, that's also
upset
meant to give you an
territory.
edge, right? Like, a massive edge if you're Spirit. Even if you did come in feeling a little sleepy or whatever to this game, you've got the time to reactivate.
Well, Spirit looking to convert on their pistol with
Tanpa
ease.
Gizmi. Kayaknya nggak bisa deh, BO3 bang.
Luminosity with a couple of bits and pieces here in this round. Around this Galil. Cave smoke. Door flash. Luminosity are going for a B ramp pop here. Tanir's playing quite retake heavy, and Magix is deep in cave as well, so this could be a bomb pop for Luminosity. There could be something available in this round.
I mean, they would love that with Rainwaker's save at the end of the last. They need a bit of an extra helping hand in terms of the finances, but dead at the door here. Tania, Shiro, able to deal with it. That bomb plant is not happening.
Yeah, nice. It's that third rotate that comes over in the downtime. It's the perfect remedy. Shiro with more pressure. Tania changes position, and no long smoke, no chance here for Luminosity.
Menyeramkan, menyeramkan.
4-by coming through now. Rainwaker a little bit less. But no complaints for Spirit to start this first map off.
All right, just going to try and brawl on this one. BMAS scaling all the way into the top of ramp. It's a potent position. He's also ahead of this molly, and they never heard him burn. They're firing off now. They learn about him in at the top of ramp. The rest of his team are trying to look for this cave control. And Lux has provided an entry. Don't know how much use that smoke is going to be.
Shiro's nowhere near this play. It's a 3v5.
Shiro masih
Might
di
just be
A,
a save
anjay.
for Spirit. I don't know how you get back in. You've got to get some quick kills.
Safe
You
lah,
got
safe
bonus,
kali
a
ya.
couple of SMGs, surely tempting you back in. Just exits here for Spirit.
Might be able
Not many of them.
to force some players to go down with the bomb here, though everyone is exiting the way of these Heaven players.
Nice double for Lux. It's been weird because in the couple of games that we've seen from Luminosity, Lux has been like the standout fragger in a lot of these games, which, you know, not necessarily what you need. When we saw this Monty run from the core of 4 players, or a lot of different guys who are able to step up. Rainwake had some incredible games. Azulu had a great major despite his form not necessarily being perfect coming in.
I mean, I like that Lux has been playing, you know, like he has a bit of a point to prove.
Certainly does.
You know, he got passed up on in that Legacy squad, gets to join and link up with Luminosity in what is like kind of an odd amalgamation of a squad, right? Having to now lead this Monty team. But
Shiro gimana ya?
trying to take that opportunity while he's
Aman
got
sih.
it. Dead first in this round, though, as that Shiro AWP finally comes out.
Oh, Magic's getting cheeky here. They're walking right past back to ramp on this smoke fade. They're going to pop together again, and that third rotate is once again in. Spirit have had all the reads in this CT side. Shiro, can he hit his shots when required?
Forced into the cave by the molly. That leaves Tania alone in the bomb site.
Oh!
Whoa, bit of an awkward miss here, but Shiro could make up for it.
Oi,
They'll split
oi,
him
oi.
together. Azulu taking all that attention away, and the whole time Shiro is just under massive pressure, knowing that the site's been lost. Spirit, a man down, but right here, feel like they've got to give this a look in. They'll hand off to Donk as the last man standing.
Oh, no. Sure. No, he wouldn't, would he? Donk full stick, doesn't need to fight. He's going to win the round. He's just got it on his own. Donk
Anjir.
1v3.
Pada takut, Cok, sama Donk,
A little
Cok.
jump down at ramp, and Donk just gets on that bomb.
I do absolutely love that because
wouldn't
it's
expect it.
Donk, right? Like, you think he's going to fight you. That's where he feels the most comfortable. He's going to be looking for every engagement he can get. He can already feel the fear kind of creeping into them when he gets that ramp kill. And running through the head of Luminosity there is like, look, let's
Azulu
not,
orang Cina,
let's
nggak tahu
not
dia,
give him
Bang.
the fights. Let's not make this 1v3 easy. And he just full sticks.
Dear. Clutch is already coming up for Spirit now. Donk 1v3 to keep the good times rolling. And immediately back to middle. Zulu tries to come through, but Shiro makes up for last round with a beautiful collapse. Spirit, just like that, knock Luminosity off their block. pushing together. They've heard the scope. They know they can trade this. Oh.
Afro's thinking, great. So glad that's my round. Finally gets to have an AWP. Holding on to Heaven in a pretty safe position. Just wallbang.
Just nowhere to go.
Clean finish here for Spirit. 4 alive in the end.
Half
Donkey,
dong.
only guy to fall.
Absen,
It's feeling
halo.
like a better day for Spirit, that's for sure.
Lagi ngapain?
I mean, look, I don't think it really matters if you're Shiro and you had a rough game yesterday. You come into this one, you're already looking way better. You get a little collateral here to kind of get the juices flowing. Like getting the collat. Hugo, you're an AWP user. It's a pretty good feeling, right?
Yeah, sure.
Better than a 1D, worse than a 1D?
Ooh, I don't know. One thing's pretty nice, Harry.
Yeah, but come on. Collaterals, 2 bullets, 1 kill.
We have a full A rush here. They forgot the bomb. Rainmaker just went to pick it up. Sure, it's got multiple targets and multiple kills. Donk's here to help out. You don't want to go into Donk and Shiro's site. That bomb is out middle.
kelihatan.
Magic's has seen it. So this round is, of course, over.
Lagi nunggu,
And
Neng.
it feels like one of those games
Kenapa dia?
where Luminosity might just be banging their head up
Uy,
against
uy,
the wall.
uy.
Yeah, I think
Kayak
you know,
gampang
with this
gini.
Luminosity squad,
Coba
it
ya
is
Toro, ya
important to remember,
Toro.
like this 5-man unit
Beda game
haven't
dong,
been
Jing.
together that long. Sure, you have the 4-man core of the Monty team that was successful at the major, but it's still kind of early days with Lux as the captain, and in this type of a game, you can't afford, unforced errors. Something as simple as leaving the bomb back in spawn, it can just throw all the timings off. But yeah, you're kind of more likely to make mistakes at this point in the roster. At any time you do, Spirit are going to be there to capitalize on it without a doubt.
Yeah, it doesn't help the vibe, something like that. Wouldn't have really changed the outcome of the round, but, just an annoying little detail to split them up. Yeah, Shiro
Vitality kapan?
doing what
Vitality
he
kapan ya?
needs to,
Kayaknya
yeah.
besok. Kayak besoknya besok
It's
banget.
reassuring.
Bukan yang subuh.
It's also just like, you would have just had 2 extra bodies over towards main. Once they lose the bomb, the other 2 try and slow the round down a bit. But yeah. Ooh, it's all good. Luminosity, that wasn't the round you were meant to win anyway.
How about this one?
Get the guns out now, and they're going in to Donk's house out here in mid.
Ui, ui, ui.
Zulu has moved in. Tanier's gone aggressive out here towards
hello.
main, and this is the bomb on an island. Lux bringing it in. Tanier gets the spot. And you hear players in Donut as well. Spirit getting a very clear picture as to where Luminosity were hoping to end this round.
Tanier's still not sure. He's a bit shaky. Magix doesn't want to push. They are holding for him. Everyone trying to lock down their position now in a 3-on-5. They know a multi-kill can get them back in this round. Shiro goes searching. Frozen in place are Luminosity. Will Spirit walk into their crosshairs? They don't look like they want to. Tanier starts to move into middle, and this is a death trap. Multiple players around the corner, and that's good timing. Lux finds the kill. A site open for business.
You kind of hope a round like this can get you into the rhythm of the game a little bit more, right? You get your openers with a nice little tempo change. It's a Zulu double entry out towards mid. You instantly cool the freeze as well to not let that get interesting, and it works out perfectly. 5 alive at the end of it. It's just nice to, because in that 5-on-3, you're still feeling a good deal of anxiety. You've seen Tanier aggressive over at main. You know what Spirit are capable of as individuals, but you slow it all right down, you wait to gauge the reaction, and you know that in those moments, it's Spirit feeling the pressure. They're the ones looking for the multi-kill, like you say.
Kind of a weird push for Tanier. You'd like to think either in that position you just go gamble or you'd re-clear together, right? Like if Tanier has support in middle, maybe they can brawl and win that round. Or if they just gamble correctly, I mean, Luminosity could definitely, at 6-1 down, walk into the wrong side. But 5v2, too far gone. So Luminosity
Segitu ya?
back on the board. Insta timeout for Halley here. Getting on it very early. Wonder what will happen in middle now, because for the most part, it's been Don coming up heaven, being a frequent thorn in their side. That round, he comes through the donut smoke late, but really well-placed flashes set Azul up for a
LG tim
double.
lama. Iya, LG
How
mah
does
udah
Spirit
lama
want to
banget.
tackle with mid control?
Yeah, I wonder if a round like that can almost give Luminosity kind of a false sense of security about middle. Because like you say, that was
Bau-bau
almost
ngecok
like
enggak lah, Bang.
the late retake of mid.
Kalau udah
through
BO3
that
udah lebih
donut
aman
smoke
nggak sih,
from
guys?
Spirit. But Donk's often just been charging it, looking for that fight.
Changing it up is nice. Are they just going to 4B rush, though?
Well, Spirit have reacted by putting 3 players out towards middle. Worried about the mid hit. So up in a B now. Good damage done on the spam. Tania, they're going to go looking for long. That's their post plant. And getting past him.
Oh, Lux!
Nggak pernah gue begitu, nggak pernah gue begitu.
Fine, he saw Shiro do it the other day.
Jadi 2 lawan 3, Jir.
Good catch, and now this one's in a box. Afro just has to make a play, and it's a nice try. Magix will not be letting it happen. Disaster on that B bomb site. Disaster, Harry.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Aided himself. He was like 1 health.
Nge-net diri sendiri.
Because also, like,
PC game ada harapan ke tier 1, ada
everyone
lah.
here died. They were in a position where they could have taken long. Lux kills himself to
They
the
took
nade.
long. BMAS got the
Yeah.
entry. I don't know what happened there. But that is,
Udah dapet loh
egg
side-nya,
on the
guys.
face round.
Kagak digranat, kagak diapa-apain, udah kayak
Look at this. I mean, it's not. I feel for him. It's a little far
But,
out.
like, do you
but
see the horrible chain of events that's
Yeah.
set in
Dapat long
motion?
lagi.
Because they got the kill long. They
Something's
had
comes out.
long. They had the post plant. All good. Lux kills himself. The long player comes back because the other guy close by is planting the bomb. So he's watching for the guy trying to run through cave. Then they lose long. They lose their post plant. They get wrapped. They lose the round.
Oof. A nice try in middle, the break on the smoke, but they can't catch Donk with it, and even though some fumbled moves, he gets up heaven, full health. Spirit haven't even taken a tick of damage. They show a lot of presence in middle, and they kind of aren't scared of elbow in the slightest. Tanir's locked in A, hoping they walk out. And he might be onto something, because bomb's in main. Players from B coming back.
kalau bisa dapet A-nya sih GG loh.
Control of the map. They know everything.
Tapi
And they have a
Spirit itu
joker
udah
in the
balik,
pack.
guys.
Tania, patient. Ooh, how's this going to go for Tania? Will they see him?
I'm kind of nervous though. Do they even? Oh yeah, there's the spot.
yeah,
Rainwaker's got him.
I'm going to tell everyone to get ready to hit this site. Entry comes in.
Zontigs.
Oi,
As
oi,
well,
oi.
it's a double entry from Rainwaker, and I mean that's how Luminosity found a lot of their successes,
Safe lagi
just
ya?
on multi-kills on these entries. Round is good.
Itu
Great
kayak
player there. Was
spot
wondering if that angle
spot
would
di
give it
situ
up.
kayak ya
Spirit just have
gimana
to
ya?
save, completely
Apalagi kalau
locked
udah
out
nggak ada
position,
suara
double
semua
kill.
gitu ya.
Nothing they
Udah
can do.
nge-stuck aja gitu, guys.
And you know, Tania's kind of hoping like they give the reaction of going A and they overlook him because like we saw at the start of the round, Team Spirit have taken mid. They've done it heavy. They've done it loud at that, right? And usually you're kind of siphoning resources away from A to prop up that mid take. But that's where the boost really comes in clutch.
A round you can forgive, I think, here for Team Spirit. But Halley cannot. Timeout comes in.
No, Hallie does not forgive. Hallie does not forget. These are not words in his repertoire.
Berarti
Rounds he wants them to
berarti
be
ini
losing
bakal
at
ada
this
yang
point
dihancurin
because
dong ya
on
guys ininya
paper,
guys.
Yeah, yesterday aside, this is a game we still have all expectation that Spirit should be getting through unfazed, unburned.
Well, he also just knows, like,
Yang
at
logo
this point in
EWC-nya
the
itu loh.
game, you know, you can make it real easy for yourself. You win this round, you're good for the rest of the half. Otherwise, like, they have money troubles. Suddenly, Luminosity can be on a 5.
When a pistol suddenly it's an even game.
Yeah, like, they're actually in the lead. And this game that you're meant to be dominating can end up getting a little bit ropey. So just trying to get ahead of it. Because look, we've given away a couple of silly rounds in here, but let's finish the half strong.
For sure, this round is everything for Spirit to keep this clean. Mid-take again. No donut smoke. Donk looking interested. 3 CTs in position. Magic's ran through the Brawler Molly, taking a lot of damage to get to Cave. Luminosity, not much pressure on this B side though, still pretty default heavy.
Di Twitch PC ngaruh dong. Ngaruh banget. Tadi mereka ngambil mid cepet. Oke sih. Sekarang mereka enggak.
Very late on middle. A split available with Lux in main. Only Shiro's orb with info.
And it was a good time for the
Sayang
slowdown
dong
here
kalau
for
ini mati.
Luminosity.
Azu.
High-low peak.
Spirit now feeling like they want to try and make a bit of a move out towards B, and that's what Magix does. They're 3 strong on this side of the map, so felt like they needed something to show for that. Great
pas
timing
banget
on this
anjir si
smoke
Lux.
push for Lux.
Donat lihat Lux.
And with a Zuwu in through the red room, he's in position to cut down these rotations, now just causing chaos in the back line of Team Spirit.
Wah, Dong nih
Once
tapi yang
again,
hidup.
Donk's been left in a 1v3. He's won one of these in the game thus far, and he's looking for another. Donk closing in. Spam comes up short. Donk is on to a blinder, and he knows Azuwu's feeling the pressure.
Wah, Dong jago banget anjing.
Unbelievable again for Donk. How does he keep doing it? They put him in these clutches. He comes up every single time.
Kalau yang hidup Dong nggak boleh ini guys.
Half for Donk. It's not every day you see that.
Wah, gila banget nih anak.
I mean, yeah, it's taken a lot from him, but man, that round saves this half for Spirit. It lets them lock in a dominant lead. They would have been broken this next round.
Itu timingnya bagus
Would have
banget
been
loh.
Luminosity closing in on the half. Donk has just given you a nice clean break.
Dude, it doesn't help the arguments where we just say that, like, so many times that his team are letting him down. I don't know what those rotates are as well. There are 2 players coming out of CT. They see Azuwu in red. Tanir's jumped through in a flash. Maybe he can get a spot, but there's a player behind him. He gets a dart. Azuwu gets into red and he gets 3 kills. Like, sometimes it's so confusing watching this Spirit CT side. But I guess it doesn't even matter. Donk just does it on his own. Had so little health as well in that 1v1. Should not make it look that easy.
I mean, you even just love, like, how he breaks up each one of those fights, you know, chasing. He hears the bomb plant, knows that one guy's loose behind him, so he's got 2 guys in the site. The moment he hears that bomb plant, Donk is hunting for the one guy with his gun out. Finds him, knows the plant is going to be a little flustered, little disorientated, just coming off the bomb.
Literally
and the
gendong,
moment he gets into that 1v1, you know that Donk's won the round.
Okay. Zuwu finally felled in middle. He's had a nice couple of rounds getting entries here, but not today. Shiro deleted by Rainwaker. Rough fight. Donk is here. Donk does not forget. Another double for Donk.
Buset, 3 peluru masih di ini guys.
Teammates already flying in, and the nade should clean up this half. Leg shot is not enough.
Sakit nih orang, sumpah.
Donk's saying, I'm low, this is losable. So he's going to fall on back and play the long game on this.
Look at him go.
Kemarin inget nggak guys, ada 1 ronde yang Dong mati, kalah rondenya anjing, yang di Mirage itu nggak jelas sih. Itu sebenarnya Dong mati pun sebenarnya tetap harus menang sih ronde yang di Mirage itu kemarin.
An enviable position really that Afro's in, creeping into that line. You know that around every corner awaited certain death. And so Team Spirit able to lock in a nice dominant CT side there on Ancient.
Certainly enjoying the Donk show we're getting in this game. So many multi-kills. And 2 clutches.
Itu kemarin Dong nggak mau main, kenapa? Hah, nggak mau main gimana? Dong kemarin ratingnya 1,5, even dia kalah, cok.
Reassuring, if nothing more, here for Team Spirit. Luminosity still struggling to do anything with this roster. Fair play, not the easiest draw.
Dong kemarin diam dong di game
Probably
pas
not the team
lawan.
they expected to face.
Oh karena lagi ini juga lah, karena lagi glock-glockan kan bang, nggak kalau nge-save lagi di tero mah kayak free timeout gitu loh.
So far coming up short.
Ini kalau lagi kayak gini bisa sambil ngobrol gitu loh bang. Lagi kayak gini, ini mah pistol ya. Cuma maksudnya kalau lagi nge-glock-glockan save gitu. Gue ngomong glocknya boleh sekali ya sih.
And even though Spirit looked interested in this B site, I wonder if times are changing here. They're going to go take this lane. They've got Shiro waiting at elbow, and now you see the reaction. Missed the chance though of catching the opener from it.
Jangan terlalu dipuji bang, guanya jadi malu. Siapa lu bang? Gue muji siapa dari tadi? Gue bukannya muji dong ya? Nama lu dong bang.
So patient for Spirit, and they just let Luminosity sweat how quiet the map is. They've seen the bomb outside of B.
Good luck streamnya, terima kasih bang.
They find nothing but a bullet to the
head. Gue masih nggak tahu lu siapa by the way.
In that downtime, Spirit have rotated almost everyone out. Walking A main, even Afro doesn't have this info. The gamble stack is incorrect, and Tanir is selling it very well.
30 detik cowok masuk anjing anya cok.
He's seen two more players.
And he even heard that pop flash to go and clear cave. That's all the info you need. You know, Max, there's one player here at the A site, and you've just found him. Afro back in Donut, dead after one.
Waduh.
They do lose Tanir.
Waduh.
Zontic's gonna bail them out. Azuu was close by, ready to keep the pressure on. Now Bemis is heading into enemy territory. They've taken over Donut. They're in their post plants, and he is a dead man. No worries for Zontix.
Is that Zontix considering the knife, or is that Zontix really trying to get the headshot? Either way, it's a pistol round for Spirit, and I actually really like the call there. They know how sweaty Luminosity are, right? They can put a lot of pressure on B. They go ramp, cave, back to ramp, back to A. They never commit. And the whole time, Luminosity desperately want answers. There are gaps in the map. They just go searching to their own demise. Force buy comes in. Rainwaker on his own. Uh-oh.
Very important he gets out, and he will.
Aman lah ya guys, ini map 2 kan? Kita nyantai aja nggak sih guys? Fix map 2 nggak sih ini?
And that smoke should be enough just to stop any threat of this A attack. You don't even have a need to break it open if you wanted to. I don't think you're feeling that desperate. Even if you did.
Trying to see what Magic calls here, because this is actually a hard situation now for Spirit. Do they recommit to the A site, or do they re-clear a lot of the map that they don't have? They've got plenty of util to do either, but a recommit is high risk. But again, Luminosity, you can just tell how shaky they are in this game. Look at the rotate. They pulled 3 players A, now they're back to 4B. They're hoping the re-smokes will do enough, and it won't. Magic's calls a recommit. There's only one man home.
Waduh, flashnya bagus banget.
That's a save.
11-3 guys, kita tunggu Dastu aja ya. Gue sambil makan. Enggak sih, belum sih.
I mean, this is feeling quite, you know, I don't want to say fully reassuring, like Spirit looking shaky day one.
I mean, yeah.
They've had some, you know, they've only lost 3 rounds, so that's fine.
It's against Luminosity, though.
Exactly.
I think that's the caveat. Like, obviously, that GG how kind of sounds
I guess it's more just like, I didn't want this to be close at all, and it's not. Spirit very, very comfortable right now.
Hard to argue with a game like this.
You're certainly seeing some of the pressure as well that comes, you know, playing versus a squad like Spirit when you are a kind of a, you know, a journeyman team trying to grind your way back up. because this CT side, man, even onto the T half, things felt a little twitchy, felt a little nervous, and Spirit have been using that against them since getting onto this T side, just knowing that Luminosity feel uncomfortable. They're always looking for info. Even there, just the double pump into A was enough to get Luminosity doubting themselves.
11-3.
Well, how clean can they make it here? Just pistols and SMGs
Benar lah ya ini, guys.
saved from the last round.
Pokoknya cepet
Luminosity
banget
trying
nih.
to buy time and not give up a kill. Bomb back in spawn, but not a mistake. More just leaving options open here. Spirit are not decided. Ontic's flashing A main. Now they're coming back to B. 3 players here. If Rainwaker fully commits to
Di Molly
this,
asik nih, di Molly nih.
Ontic has it locked in. Nice tap.
Kurang suka gue sama LG.
I just want to see the B players not move the muscle now. Hold down. And hope the Spirit still commit. They've seen one look. That's it.
Oh gitu ya.
There's a chance here for Luminosity, albeit slim.
Soalnya lawannya Spirit kali bang ya Boxset.
And the last man, you know where he is. BMAS locked in.
Sebenarnya kan emang
again just kind of that voice.
Sebenarnya kan emang main CS ini kan kalau misalnya udah main beginian ya, emang udah main strategi banget kan. Teori dan strategi kan, walaupun emang pada akhir-akhirnya lu nembak kan. Biasanya tuh kalau kayak gini tuh lebih ke arah kayak emang bingung aja mau ngapain gitu. Emang lu kalah strategi, lu kayak kalah firepower juga. Ini kan dari Luminosity Gaming kan kayaknya tembakan-tembakannya juga kayak kemarin deh GG How bisa menang lawan Spirit. Itu kan tembakannya juga gila ya. Jadi mereka mungkin pede gitu. Terlalu banyak yang dipikirin, maksud gue kalau kayak main kayak gini tuh emang terlalu banyak sih yang dipikirin, apalagi lu yang tim yang lebih cupunya gitu loh.
Crazy prediction for me, Hugo, but I think this might be I think we could be on the cusp of like a good tournament for Tenier.
Lu mau pegang kertas sebanyak apapun, kalau misalnya lawan lu Spirit, counternya juga ada. Mereka mah strat counternya buat nge-counterin strat lu. Makanya gue bingung kemarin GG How kenapa bisa menang. Pasti yang pasti kan aimnya gila ya. Tapi kan strategi nomor 1 sih sebenarnya.
And I know they ended up losing that game versus GG How, but I don't think it was down to him. He's moving around the map with a good degree of confidence, I would say. All right, he's dead here, of course.
Buset, nge-spam AWP.
That's on me. But Donk will make up for this as Spirit look for the knockout
Terlalu
blow.
banyak sih, misalnya kayak GG How sama Spirit kemarin menang. Alasannya banyak sih sebenarnya. Hero-nya ngomoli diri sendiri, Hero-nya nggak perform gitu kan. Itu udah 4 lawan 5, udah kayak 4 seakan-akan kayak 4 lawan 5. Gue juga nggak tahu kenapa Spirit kemarin chatnya juga jelek kan. Si GG How-nya main teror pertama pun juga masih bisa dapat berapa tuh. Aduh, ngamis. Emang harusnya kan kayak gini nih. Harusnya tuh menangnya kayak gini kemarin anjing lawan si GG How. Aduh, nggak tahu udah kenapa ya.
To redeem themselves here in Paris.
Yeah, redemption is definitely on the cards for Spirit with that shaky day one, as Hugo alluded to.
Aduh.
Obviously not shaky here whatsoever. Not really even being put to the test across Ancient against Luminosity. Yes, it is the Esports World Cup, and I want to welcome you right back to the desk. Pimp and Creator and myself are ready to get this one back underway. But obviously, talking about Ancient,
yeah,
this was rough around the edges for Luminosity.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be completely honest. This is kind of what I expected coming into the game, and I'm not happy about it. To be fair, I would have loved for Luminosity to show just a little bit, you know, show that they could be competitive.
Dong ke Falcon atau Vita, dong nggak mungkin dijual bang.
Towards Team Spirit, you know, see if there was something to it from yesterday where they
dong nggak mungkin dijual guys.
Lost to GD How and couldn't really handle the pressure, but this was a very deflating way of losing. You know, you have 2 1v3 losses to Dong. You have winnable situations, winnable rounds, but you're not able to convert, and then you end up losing a map 13-3 where you're not even remotely competitive, Peter. To me, it's slightly depressing to watch Luminosity play Counter-Strike.
It is, right? Like, it really reminds me of you know how much it actually means to have an in-game leader that is, you know, on the
Berarti
same
Spirit
page
di lower,
with
iya.
players, you know, and
Penasaran
also
harga
shows
jual dong
how-
kalau beneran
how
dibeli.
important and how
Kan
much
kemarin
of a
ada
team
itunya kan?
the game
Kemarin
will
ada
be, and I'm not saying that Lux is a bad
kemarin
leader,
ada
you know, when he was leading
kontennya
Legacy,
kan si
Ansel was one of their matches
EWC
that they
yang
played
buat
at a
atau
high level,
siapa
right?
yang
And,
buat
you
ya?
know, Monty also throughout
Konten
the major,
tentang
and
kalau
their uprise,
dong
you know,
dijual
they
kira-kira
also do
harganya
hard
berapa?
major, but
Pada
when you
bilang
look at this
10
game,
juta.
like, multiple times it just looked very flat. Whenever they would lose the first kill,
10 juta berapa,
they
Jing?
looked at each other like, okay, so what are we gonna do now? Okay,
10
we're just gonna
juta
do one,
berapa
but
ya,
go
guys?
A contact or B contact, and they were being very stubborn trying to get rounds on B, and for the vast majority of the time they were just shut down.
Tapi Falcon
And
duitnya kan
they played
kencang,
with
masa nggak
two
bisa
little
di
layers
buyout?
map, and, like, they couldn't really go back. They didn't
Bukan
get the space,
emang nggak
and
bisa dibeli
the
bang,
rounds they
bukan
seemed
pakai
to be
uang
winning,
belinya,
so it was
nggak
the
bisa
rounds where
dibeli,
they would go from fast middle
nggak
kills to
dijual
double
gitu,
kills.
nggak dijual,
Overall,
nggak bisa
I think
dibeli.
it's an issue.
And don't get me wrong, it's not that we expect them to beat Team Spirit. We just
No, no,
expect them to be slightly more competitive, Trace. We expect them not to look like a
JL
team
ke
that is-
Vitality juga stand in
I'll be
bang.
honest, you know, I understand what Simple, you know, put out in that Telegram group chat saying that he looked at some of those teams and he's like, how the hell are they there? But we're not, you know, and I think he was thinking of Luminosity to some degree. I understand why that's the consensus from him, because in all honesty, the performance that we've seen from Luminosity ever since they lost Gizmi, ever since they made it to this iteration of the lineup, you know, leaving Monte, going into Luminosity, it's just been underwhelming to say the least. And the reason we're saying that is we saw how well they played during the major. We saw how well they did in Monte.
Kontrak darah di Spirit
This is the
nggak
outcome
dijual
2 months
gitu.
after. That is, as I said,
Kalau
slightly
player
depressing.
udah masuk ke tim itu kan based on timnya gitu ya. Lagian si
you can see it. Like,
lagian
it's
si Dong juga
evident
kayaknya udah
right
nyaman
now
di situ.
that there's a glaring hole in the approach to how they want it or need to play the game rather than even come
Dong
close to
masuk
a
Spirit,
I
ada
think there's
kontrak
nuances
dong.
to it as well,
Berapa?
'cause it's
5
not that we can
tahun.
put the blame on Lux. It's
Kontraknya
that he did a
habis,
great
sebelum
game, but
habis
I
si
think
Dong
the
sama
team
si
is
Spiritnya
also a bit
ngobrol.
deflated from the fact that, hey, we didn't get
Mau
to
perpanjang
follow up on the
kontrak
major, we
atau
didn't get to follow
gimana
up on what
gitu.
we showed, and now we have to play with a new
Kalau
engine
misalnya
leader, and
Dongnya
as much as it's,
nyaman, ya udah lanjut
it's
aja
tough
gitu.
for-
Pokoknya
for
selagi
Lux, you
masa
can also see
kontrak,
some of the individual player performance from the likes
lagi
of
masa
Asu, from
kontrak,
Bimas, you name it,
semua
Afro for that
tangannya
matter
ada
as
di
well.
tangan
They're not
Spirit
playing
mau
at the
jual
same
dong
level,
atau
right?
enggak.
So
Ya
if
kalau
all of
kita
the players all
sebagai
of a sudden
Spirit
are
mana mau
losing
jual
5,
anjing
10%
gitu
confidence,
nggak sih guys?
we're talking about a game where we often, you know, put it
JL
up that
masuknya
it's
ke
just 1 or
iya,
2%
JL
that
masuknya
makes you win the
cadangan
game.
bang.
If you lose 5 or 10, that's when you start to look like Luminosity, which has been, as said, it's been underwhelming, you know. And
Nanti kalau
it's a team
misalnya
that hasn't won
kontraknya
a game
entah
yet,
kenapa
and,
tiba-tiba mungkin
you know,
Dongnya
a
emang
single
udah
map against
pengen
NIP is
pindah,
not really gonna cut it.
No, it's not
kontraknya
really the
habis.
start that
Nah
you
itu
want.
baru tuh.
The fact that you have 4 players and your coach moving on, right? You know, it's you know, I think they probably still riding the
Kalau
highs of
misalnya
how good
dia
they
di
did in
dalam
the major,
kontrak,
right?
bukan
But I don't know
Dong
if it's
yang
just,
punya hak
you know,
untuk
expecting
dia
too much
pindah,
out of them.
ngerti
You
nggak
know,
sih guys?
they had a really good run, but at the major, but I don't know if we just expect too much.
Kalau
of the
misalnya
squad
Dongnya
of,
emang
like,
pindah
player
di
by player
masa-masa
in
masih
this one.
kontrak,
So
misalnya masih
right
kayak
now,
2 tahun
I'm
lagi,
left with a bit of a
kontraknya masih
question
2
mark.
tahun
Is it-
lagi, Dong
is
mau
it just
pindah,
because they had a good
mau
run that we
ngebet banget
expect more of
pindah.
them? Or is it this
Dong
whole
harus
new
bayar
in-game
denda.
league not having Gizmi leading
Dong
them,
yang
or
harus bayar
the players
denda ke
feeling,
Spirit.
something because hey, maybe we shouldn't have changed the roster, but you know they did make that decision before the major and everything. So a lot of uncontrollable things right now. But regardless of what they showed today against Spirit, you know, it's the situations and it's the space that they don't get, and then the situations they seem to be fumbling that annoys me a little
I
bit.
guess we'll never know.
Yeah, well, we might,
No.
but probably not here. I hate to tell you guys, I don't want to be that guy, but I am going to be that guy, especially when you're talking about things that are being uncontrollable just across Ancient. You weren't going to control some of the outcomes that Donk pushed into reality, that pushed out there off the
Cuma kan
ether
kayaknya
round
ya
5.
sekali
What
lagi
it
kayaknya
means
Dongnya
raging.
nyaman di
Yeah, I think it's
Spirit
only
kali
fair
ya,
that we give
emang
you a
udah
few
suka aja
examples
gitu.
of what it's like, you know, and why we're so critical of Luminosity. Dong gets to just defuse the bomb right here. I don't know what Asu and Rainmaker are doing in this scenario. It seems it's. I know Overwatch just came out. You know, if I was watching this, I'd be like, okay, what kind of rank are we watching here? It sure as hell ain't global elite. That's for sure.
That's for sure. And we even get another situation where Dong actually savage this thing with a 1v3 also, where the bomb is planted, and it's
Gila
like. It reminds me a little bit of the situation before where they don't actually play the time a little bit. I know the guy is stuck on site, but the situation before with Afro already getting the kill on ramp, you know, he doesn't really buy time for his teammates to get in a position, and you see the Luminosity player coming from CT spawn, you know, he gets put in a shit situation because his teammates on site die, right? Yeah. It's not like they're not playing according to what they actually have inside the situation, and you know, it's these type of mistakes that probably would have happened if this team was just put together maybe 2 weeks ago, right? But let's not forget that this is literally just Monty with another name.
I was just about to say, it's true time in the first half, because one could argue, had you won both of those rounds with the economical damage that you'd apply as well, then you're maybe looking at a 6-6 half. Maybe you're winning the half 7-5, and then the conversation would change a lot. It would be like, oh, they applied pressure. Oh, it was somewhat close in the first half, and then you lost. But now you're left with nothing. Now we're left with a team that gets 3 rounds over the course of their own map pick, by the way, in a game or a map they have played well together. In a game that was never close. In a game that was never any competitive whatsoever. So it's just a very flat feeling, Trace.
Yeah, 9-3 first half. You know, is CT, is Spirit, you're feeling great. Your numbers are reflecting that. The stats probably looking just like that if I had to guess. And especially when you continue to roll that page along. For a team like Spirit, this could get scary. We haven't often seen them kind of start with their back with the pressure like this. But when they do, if they can get it back on the same page, that is when they become that formidable force, that hard one to kind of stop, Jacob.
It's just a confidence booster, isn't it, Peter? You know it from your time as well. When you're in Astralis and you're playing plumbers and whatnot, you know, you walk into that game and you
Shout out Chad one time. I know you're a
Shout
plumber,
out Chad
man,
one time.
so.
You walk into that game and you know that if you do well, you get a 2.0 rating on HLTV, and if you do poorly, you get a 1.5. You know, it's the skill difference we're looking at right now. It's not about whether Spirit will win. It's a question of how easy and how fast they'll do it.
Yeah, and it's always nice when you've had such a blunder like yesterday, then you go up against an opponent that, let's just be honest, where the skill gap is so much different. It was like that yesterday as well.
Kenapa kalau turun EWC nggak sama yang ada di turun game sebelah? Ini kan masih grup juga kayaknya, Bang. Belum yang playoff. Tanggal 19 playoffnya, Bang.
And I think this is a really good showcase.
To me, that's what makes me sad, because again, it's just 2 months ago, both of us, you know, all 3 of us, as a matter of fact, were covering Monty, and we're looking at them and we're thinking, oh, here's some great potential. Here's a team to follow for the second half of the season. Asuwo had a breakthrough tournament, you know, the way he was entry fracking, the way he was constantly in the face of their opposition. Afro, you know, had a bit of a breakthrough as well. I saw so many great things coming out of these individuals, so for me to stand right here and just see nothing of that right now, that's the disappointing thing. Don't get me wrong, I think the players know it themselves. They're even more disappointed than we are, and probably even more frustrated, but it's just to put it into context for the viewers at home. If this is the first time you're watching Luminosity and watching these players, trust me, they were better off a couple of months ago. They can play Counter-Strike, but they kind of forgot it, I guess.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard to be in a car when no one's driving, you know.
Something like that.
Well, they do have a driver, but he's just not very experienced.
You're right. It's first day on the job. It's kind of rough out here all around the edges for Luminosity, especially when we just turn our attention to map 2 in this series. Dust 2 coming up here, and I guess my biggest question mark is, where on earth could you even begin to potentially turn the ball back in the direction you want it to go if you're a team like Luminosity? Jacob, I know you've got the answer. I know you do.
Yeah, and I think the people at home would hate the answer, because it's the same old, you know. Start off by winning the pistol, convert the pistol, and then let's see if you have anything in the buy rounds. You know, if you can win the pistol, you can convert, and then you could just get 1 or 2 buy rounds, you know. Maybe you even get another eco on the side of Team Spirit. All of a sudden, you have a 6-round half, and then we can have the conversation, Peter. But it starts with a strong start, because there's no doubt that Spirit have the fundamentals, they have the individuals, they're significantly ahead of Luminosity right now. So a strong start is the bare minimum to even get an entry ticket into this game.
I don't even think that a good
probably not enough.
No, exactly. I don't think that like a good start for Luminosity is gonna save them here, because, you know, let's say that they win the pistol and they're
gonna drown no matter what. Yeah.
That's what I mean, right? You know, I think Spirit, also the fact that we turn our attention to Dust 2, you know, it's where Spirit has been looking the best. Also coming back to the new season, you know, they've had some really one-sided wins, and I think even if they go down 0-5, I still think Spirit will have what it takes to bounce back, because they're...
Tapi gue berharap Spirit atau Vitality yang juara biar nggak Falcon mulu yang juara umum EWC.
In the ways that we know he can be, so I think even with a good start, it's going to be difficult for Luminosity, and you know that's just how it is. If you don't show up better than you did on your own map pick, I don't see that thing's going to be turning around on your opponents.
So what you guys are saying is it's all Gizmy's fault.
No,
winning and the winning over there where he's at now, and the losing that's happening.
He's the biggest winner out of all of them.
He's the one that he's probably true. Like, he's the one that actually got the better offer, right? And you know, it's not really, again, it's not that Lux is bad. You know, he had a good time with Legacy, but he was also swapped out because his playstyle and his content didn't really fit the players. And I mean, like, it's still so early on, right? You know, you also gotta be careful with the language, right? Because, you know, it's probably also difficult for him to go together with 4 new guys and a coach that had relatively success, and now he needs to go in and lead them, and maybe he needs to adapt his leading style to what they like to do. And right now, that's probably just very uneven ground.
See, and that's the thing, right? Because this doesn't change anything in regards to how I feel about Luminosity. There was a world where they would have played GG How in this game, and then the conversation probably would have been different. We would have a very close game, a back-and-forth game. 2 teams who are trying to fight their way into top 15, top 20, but they play Team Spirit, right? No matter how well they do, they're not supposed to be Team Spirit. So there's almost no winning for Luminosity. Bare minimum right here in Dust 2. Just give us a little something. Give us a little something to talk about, Trace.
Ini BO3, iya bang, BO3.
7, 8, 9 rounds so we can make the case that, hey, okay, next tournament you showed against Team Spirit that you were somewhat competitive. So when you're playing the GG House of the world, when you're playing FaZe, when you're playing Astralis, that's when we can start to have a conversation whether you're good enough to make the games competitive.
So just to kind of put that, in a bow and a ribbon on it, what you're saying is the favorites would have to massively underperform.
Kenapa Bang Zaki
Something
logo
like that,
jelek?
you know, I don't know why. I think of Titanic.
Logo cantik nggak sih, bukan jelek?
All right, and on that note, we're going to leave that one there on the iceberg that they came in on. Hey, we're going to go to a quick break so we can come back and get Dust 2 underway. We're going to see if Luminosity wants to try to play the game today or if they're just going to bow out very much ungracefully. Anyway, we'll be right back after this.
Open case coba teori sambil nonton EWC. Kemarin kan udah kemarin enggak sih, kemarin udah buka sih. Kemarin buka duluan sih.
Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower.
Tiap minggu buka case sekarang ya. Tiap minggu buka case, minggu depan 1 juta guys, minggu depan guys. Ini kalah pulang betul. Minggu depan 1 juta guys. Minggu depan kita buka case 1 juta ya. Lu kapan ada di EWC? Waduh, masih lama kayaknya bang. Jagoin dulu dah. Masih 3 menit lagi ya?
Hi everyone, Ginny here and I'm joined with Luminosity ahead of their competition. So we're gonna play a basic game of who is most likely to. I'll name a bunch of scenarios. You'll put down who you think that applies to and then explain it, call them out, have a laugh, be nice, whichever one you decide to do. On a scale from 1 to 10 though, how comfortable are you guys? Crush this? Do you think you'll all have the same answers?
Not really. Not really. Yeah, nice confidence.
All right, great start. Let's go. Who is most likely to spend the most money during an event? All right, why we must?
Big spender.
Yeah. Everything that he can buy, like it's a better thing, a better product to buy, you know. So he's an enjoyer.
Most of my money would go to clothing. I love clothing.
Who would survive the shortest in a zombie apocalypse?
Okay, we have a
Everyone? No, I was hoping at least one. But I was hoping at least one of them would go for someone else, but man, I can't drive, can't survive.
All you can to buy, like to get a coffee, not a coffee, a tea, you know, a cup of tea, like everything. You dive for a tea, 100%.
Who's most likely to survive the longest then?
Okay.
Looks.
I put Rain.
I was thinking Rain would call the mafia and he would survive.
He would bait everyone. I think he would be baiting everyone, you know, not leaving the house. Thank you.
Who is most likely to forget something in the hotel room after checking out?
Oh, I have a good one actually. Oh my god. He forgot his mousepad in an hotel room and he had to flew his brother up to bring the mousepad.
Yeah, I left it in the hotel before I went to the airport. With shout out to my brother. Next day I bought the flight for him and he brought my mousepad. So
you flew your brother to a different country or city?
To a different country.
To a different country to get your mousepad?
Yeah, from Lithuania to Portugal.
So then who do you guys think is most likely to become an influencer?
I'm probably the most socially active person in this team. I love streaming, I love keeping my fan base up to date, posting stories. That's why, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, who takes the longest to get ready?
Boleh nanya calon juara EWC tim apa mau? Waduh.
Shower,
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Halo,
Who
Falcons
pushes
main jam
everyone
berapa?
else to
Falcons
improve?
main jam berapa ya?
Oh, thank you, boys.
I would also put Afro. When we slack,
Falcons main
it's
jam
gonna be
berapa ya?
Afro also punishing us.
Trying to help, yeah.
Who is the most
2350.
competitive outside of CS2?
I'm competitive in all the things, yeah. But Afro because he played League of Legends and he is grinding League of Legends. The only thing that I know.
I thought rain because they're both gonna rage.
Tempat jual skin CS Trusted di mana? Lihat bio gua bang, lihat bio gua.
Bimas took a lot of shots.
Yeah,
but
Bimas was
Klik link di bio gua bang.
Yeah, Bimas, how do you feel?
Feels good. Feels good that you guys appreciate me like that.
All right, well, thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you.
joining and
Thank
for
you.
taking part of this. I hope you guys at home also enjoyed that one. See you around. Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Lama banget ini mainnya. Anjay.
Well, redemption is the aim of the game after a slow start to EWC from Team Spirit, but they just handily dealt with
BO3 iya bang, ini map
Luminosity,
kedua harusnya sih
13-3
close
in a
ya.
dominant showing. What have I told you, Hugo? That was Luminosity's map pick. Now we're going to Spirit's map pick. Little bit of Dust 2 to try and seal the deal on this win for Team Spirit.
It might just get better for Spirit. Yeah, Donk showing up with an incredible first map, 2 1v3 clutches, many multi-kills, and all the round swing you could want here for Team Spirit. So, yeah, it's a reassuring day in the office, I think, for one of the top dogs in this tournament, one of the top dogs in the world. In fact, the #1 VRS ranked team coming into this event, Harry. Now they look to at least make it out of this group. Of course, we'll have to beat back against Luminosity and then take down the loser of G2 Big. So there's still no free lunch here for Spirit if they're going to make it to the playoffs for EWC. But I'd say they're looking a lot better than that Mirage against GG How.
Well, let's see how comfortable they're able to make Dust 2. It's a T-side start, and we're not wasting any time getting into this one. A long take from Team Spirit. Nobody home for the side of Luminosity, so they are going to have all the room to work with. Smoke down on short. You can't really afford to respect that if you're Luminosity. You're going through, but this is where that cross smoke comes in. They're going to start to make the site feel very, very small.
On tap for Lux, great nade, great flash, and he's going to jump off the back of it. Perfect round for Lux. 4v3, still job not done. P250 put some fear in from the cross, and Bomb makes it in, but they've got to fight their way out of this round. Multiple headshots found. Azu holds his own. Still trying to finish these ones. Shiro can't do it. It's Magix who falls next. Shiro more misses, and they can just peek together. So this is Luminosity locking in a pistol round and starting strong on Dust 2. That's what we want to see. If Luminosity are in for a shot today, it would be quite the win on Spirit's home map. No plant, so expecting no force here for Spirit. A couple of Deagles coming through. Full rifles for Luminosity.
Sengaja nggak sih lo Spirit dibikin keluar buat menangin? Waduh. No 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 no.
I mean, something I will say here, you know, you think back to that Monty run at the Cologne Major, and Dust 2 was a big part of it. It cropped up in almost all of their series that they played, even had a win over Falcons on the map. So it's one where, at least for, you know, those 4 individuals, you can have a bigger degree of comfort here.
Yeah, I think it's, and this is where it's a kind of a really hard job for Lux, because on one hand, you're going to have 4 players who have a way that they've been playing and have an identity to a degree, but then also they want to try and respect their new in-game leader and listen to his ideas.
2-0 gini, guys.
You know, I think that is going to be a bit of an inner battle for all of these players on Luminosity. And of course, you know, when the kind of justification of Gizmy proving himself again and again, even in this 100 Thieves roster, I think it just makes the whole thing a bit of a mind-melting situation for this team. Like, they kind of need success, or they're forever going to be doubting themselves. So let's see if they can find that balance today. A map they've got experience on. Four guns come through for Spirit.
Prediksi skor. Ini menang nih, ronde ini menang nih Spirit ya. 13 berapa ya? 13 8 ya.
Donkin with the entry and eyes fixed on this B play. Rainwaker feeling pressure here. They're out through mid, through the tunnels and the window. That's great timing on the wrap for Team Spirit. Ouch. Shiro's even trying to deny the save. And so what could have been 3 players getting out with their guns is now
cuma
just
kemungkinan kayaknya 13-5 lah.
hiding out up here on shore.
He will not survive this. They have everything. Beautiful shots from Shiro there, catching, I think it was BMAS leaving long. Teammates could not cover him. And I like how Donk plays out as well, right? Even though Zulu dodges flash, he gets insta headshot. Donk slowly comes through that door smoke. He lets his teammates run in the window first to draw in the attention. It's a lot of damage. Ontic spams out the player. So Spirit with the 5v4 and a solo man B side. I mean, it is hard to lose that round. So they don't.
Habis ini ketemu siapa kalau menang? Siapa ya?
Play for round 5.
Kalau nggak G2 big. Mampus.
Well, it couldn't get worse than that, could it? Good trade of peaks for Spirit.
Waduh, nge-pick lagi dia.
As Lux gets deleted, no worries here up against the Pistols. You know, early days, I think we're always going to be comparing this Luminosity squad to the Gizmy-led Monty team. And you think about what he brought to the table here on Dust 2, and it was a hell of a lot in defense of this A bomb site. He kind of set a bit of a standard with some of the util that now gets lobbed in. He has his signature nades over towards ramp, was always a force to be reckoned with good ideas here. Lux is also on this part of the map, so, you know, kind of slotting into that same position. So we are going to be keeping an eye on him and how he fares out towards this A bomb site.
Yeah, I think bright side of, you know, being a full international, all these different countries team is everyone knows their roles. Everyone's playing the same positions. So it should not be a problem there. Spirit deal with the eco with no casualties. Now a rifle round again for Luminosity. Orb comes in for Afro.
All right, Azuwu, bit of a creep up through mid. Got the orb boosted on Catwalk to try and cover him. So the orb makes that first incision. Azuwu doesn't hang around, keen to maintain the advantage. It's a 5v4 and you've got Donk out of the picture. There's no point squandering this. Lux still pretty committed out here on short, and that's brought Afro back around to try and help him. They're stuck in for these fights, and Afro keeping it contained. Good stuff from him there. Gets
3-2 gini guys.
into position to help out his captain, and they trade 2 for 2 out there on short. And so, all right, Luminosity finding a bit of comfort here on Dust 2.
Making a case for it, hey? Shiro immediately going to bring his AWP in after that one. That was a great display from Afro. Love that anti-flash position. Shiro looking for the B pick, knowing a kill in a round like this can just win you the round immediately, but Rainmaker will not concede. Spirit already sat outside of this B side. Uh-oh. Oh, it falls deep, but does it spread? Perfect Molotov. Shiro will not let you get out.
Masih nge-spread nggak sih guys kalau kayak gitu?
Rainmaker baited into sitting in that corner. And Molly, it's not a mistake. Util passed over. That can give away a lot of info here. But is it misinfo? As Donk dies in middle, the bomb is still in tunnels. Cat control taken. Can drop back mid to B. Afro is waiting though. Looking for another important multi-kill. Really is feeling like the A play for Luminosity, but is that what Spirit want them to think? Seems to be the case.
Yeah, you still got Zontix floating around in the tunnels, right? Just leaving that option open, and now they lob in the mid to B after they feel like they forced a bit of a rotation out towards A. And so that leaves Zulu in a very tricky position. They're very close up through middle, running now. Gives him the drop on the first, but needed a multi-kill there because the rest of Luminosity are just out of position for this retake.
Yeah, I mean, are you tempted 3v3? Oh, if you got a shot off there, maybe, but it's going to be a really hard round, and Lower is locked out. You try and retake tunnels, Shiro's going to stop you. Oh, no one coming back. They are putting up a bit of a barrier, but I don't think they are as interested as they may seem. Lux caught on the exit and Shiro runs away. So that is the round for Spirit. Love how they do that. Everything they do really makes it look like the A play. From Donk throwing nades to Magics in middle to the high flash in mid that makes Afro decide to recommit back to A. He doesn't want to re-scope on the doors cross. Shiro could have that line. So he just gambles, leaves a solo B player. And then Spirit know they've done that fake well. You can tell because they're walking into me. They throw the smoke. They just shift all the way. No room for error with 10 seconds on the clock, but no errors made. Put Spirit back on the board. Really well called round.
Nice banget ya.
I mean, I think it's kind of interesting because when you look at this Luminosity
Shiro main
squad,
AWP-nya mirip-mirip lu.
they
Emang
tried
iya
to
ya?
make Inferno one of their go-tos. Obviously, they were never going to get it in this series. We know that Spirit don't play and don't like that map, so you were never going to get to bring it out. But this is the first Dust 2 that they played in an official with this lineup. And I feel like you're seeing a bigger degree of kind of comfortability from the other four. When you think about Lux and his time in Legacy, Inferno was also their go-to map, right? So it feels like he's trying to bring that to this Monty team. Sure, they played it a little at the Major, they played it a little on the run-up, had that Monty squad, but it was by no means a go-to. And so maybe this could, you know, shape a bit of the direction going forward.
Oh no.
Especially if they're able to make it a
Jagonya,
more
buset. Kalau
competitive
jagonya
affair.
sih, enggak sih.
Scared on this B site. Zontix has already crossed. And he just knows that is too easy for Zontix. Afro's ahead of the smoke.
Mati satu mulu nih guys. LG.
Some more utility for B.
Jadi pusing nggak sih pala tuh kalau mati satu begitu di B?
They had no intention of going for the B hit. So it's important that Luminosity keep their numbers in place. Okay, let's brawl.
Flash through. They try and play it forward. Lux now in a losing battle out towards short, and with Azuu kind of offered up on a platter here, ready to get split on from long and short. This A site has crumbled.
I mean, you see the lack of synergy there. I don't know what happened. Lux naded his teammate. Like, he naded the smoke as BMAS is calling, I'm going through, flash me. The flash was good, but the nade lands on top of him. He loses 40 health, and that just makes it an easy kill. I don't know. It's impossible to know, but would he have got that kill if the nade didn't take half his damage? Probably. Just a bit of a mess there. A deep nade would have been fine. Did he miss it? Was it a miscom? I don't know, but it just looks really ugly there for Luminosity. They make a nice play and they kind of ruin it.
Dikejar lu.
No, Rainwaker. You might be fine, actually.
Cheeky. Oh.
He thought about it. He thought about it.
You almost don't want to take the shot, right?
He sees him going the wrong way, and he's more than content to hold on to the AWP.
Nice. All right. Good round for Spirit. I mean, it gets a little bit handy to them with some opening moves, but at least Luminosity want to make plays. I don't know. Zontic just seemed like he knew a player was there. Okay. You see that nade? It almost looks purposeful to break the smoke, but his teammate's already inside it, so not ideal. And Afro gets legs. You're one orb with armor. Immediately put down low. Everybody is here.
Oh, that nade nearly finished the job.
One more of those. Look how much util Spirit have.
And I mean, you see these smokes like that in mid, you're going to be permanently suspicious of lower.
Hey.
There's the molly. Afro really clinging on for dear life at this point.
All right, Zontix. Oh. Oh, okay. Thanks for the AK, I guess. But it's okay, because Spirit win the round.
Yeah, you know, I bring up the kind of map thing because earlier you were talking about how this is going to have to be like a meshing of the minds for Luminosity, how the 4 players from Monty will have their ideas of how to play. Lux is going to have his own. And like from what we've seen from the first few outings with Inferno being this kind of new go-to, it feels like Lux is kind of leaning into his comforts. And from talking to the guys on the media day, it feels like they're trying to get behind him and put that faith in their new captain. But I don't think you can overlook, you know, the
Jadi gue bilang berapa? 13-5
comfortability of the
ya?
other 4
Kalau
on
nggak
this squad.
13-8
You hope
guys.
that that's something Lux is going to try and bring to the table the longer this project has.
Spirit don't even feel the need to hunt here. Certainly does not look like they're scared of their opponent. Have your guns.
Role lu apa sekarang? Role gue star player bang. Dong sampai nguap. Iya cok, gue nontonnya juga nguap ini. Lihat mati nih, mati lagi nih. LG mati satu lagi nih. Tapi ini kali ini langsung beda nih, langsung 4 lawan 4. Tadi 5 lawan 4 terus guys.
It never feels nice to lose the long player early like that, but I mean, kind of the best remedy you could hope for is having this short control, and so Luminosity have at least been able to take this map control back. Leaving it in a 4-on-4, keeping the pressure on out towards mid. Just letting Spirit know, look, if you come A, if you take and do anything with this long space, we're ready, we're in position. There's even aggression on the other end of the map. So tunnels taken away, short controlled. Considering Luminosity started this round 4v5, these are good positions.
I mean, they're so scared of Zontix. Rainmaker's not even pushing T-Spawn. Magix will get caught down lower. Azuu, easy kill for him. 45 seconds here for Spirit to go somewhere, but long feels like the only option, and that would be into the Afro Orb. Zontix going to try and fight his way. back into lower, but Azuu's having none of it. 2 kills, bomb dropped, and Lux re-aggresses for a third. So a beautiful round building here for Luminosity as Spirit just gets stuck in the middle. Shiro shooting ghosts. And just a save here, or at least an attempt at it. Oh. At least it's before time. Plenty of money for Spirit, but rounds building now for Luminosity. They've not been afraid of making plays all game, and now they're starting to pay off.
Star player ya kayak bebas aja gitu bang, kayak dong lah.
And a Halley timeout feels like a good call.
Yeah, especially with how that last round just kind of petered out for Spirit, right? Like,
ini kalau Spirit kalah kena comeback, wah nggak. Ini kalau ini kalah, gua udahan ya guys. Gua mau nge-scrim.
And considering the great start, like,
Gua mau scrim guys. Jadi kalau ini kalah kan ada map 3, map 3-nya gua live-nya nggak live. Lanjut malam guys, live-nya guys.
And I think Spirit can certainly tell Luminosity are more in the fight here on Dust 2 than they ever were on Ancient.
Yeah.
Do genuinely hope this feels like a bit of a wake-up call for Luminosity, though, that like they still have these
nggak di stream, nggak dong.
good Monty maps in their repertoire. And Lux seems to be fitting in well, man. He likes
Scrim
to kind of punch
CS2?
plays out towards short, being involved. He's a captain who does like to put up numbers.
Lawan apa gua nggak tahu juga. Filipina.
Azuuw takes it early, meets Donk in a head-on
Tuh
collision.
5 lawan 4 lagi guys, 1-20.
Donk get a kill since like round 3, so you know they've gone 7 rounds with Donk silent. Now finally he gets set up, an entry flash on that B side picks Azuuw. So Spirit now man up, orb miss. They've got the info. They start chasing.
Waduh, tinggal 1 tuh.
You hear it rally off 3 shots. You know with each one of them that sails past, you're getting more and more room. They've taken the site now. They catch Lux on an attempt at a fast flank at Luminosity. You've got to be thinking about the save here. You've lost short. Bombs planted for it. Stuck to the extremities in a 3v5. You are out of there.
Oh, danger. But Afro catches Shiro unawares. Got a new mag in this orb. Donk is a long way away.
Yeah, Spirit were kind of already hunting. Still, I don't think this is going to be some last-second retake for Luminosity.
No, it's kind of unorthodox to even have Afro hanging around here. Tanir's seen him. He wants to get a nice angle to pre-fire this corner. That's really well played from Tanir. Slow and patient. BMAS, they know he's in position. And I think he's got a nice shot at the end. Donk did find him after the clock, so it's still an exit found for Spirit. Only 1 gun actually saved. That's a Donk triple kill on that round to get him back in the game. Very brave re-peek from Azuuw there on B. I mean, he's been holding his own individually in this series, but flashed off and goes back for more.
I mean, this is crunch time now for Luminosity. If they want to be in a position to split the difference on this half, give themselves a fighting chance, because they are staring elimination dead in the face now. It all hinges on winning this rifle round. Without it, they are broke, and you're looking at another, you know, strong half for Team Spirit. A lot of room given up at the start of this one for Luminosity. Spirit have full short control. Zontix has cleared out the tunnels and lower, and they're grouping for this A hit. Don't have Zontix waiting back in upper as a reserve to leave that back door open. This is the A play. Everyone here, it's just an all-in brawl for the A bomb site.
The white smoke, but they're going to go through it shortly. Spirit are all up here. They drop back mid to
Block
B.
might change your mind, right? And now you drop a player down
dua
into
masih di
CT
short,
as well.
anjay.
You're going to change this one on the fly.
This is still A. They're going up cat. The bomb is out. They're faking that they drop back. Donk was committed the whole time. Him and Tanir send it
Gelo, strategi apa ini anjing? Keren banget, cok.
All of them die. So Donk and Tanir have to fight their way out of this post plant.
Buset.
Yeah, they left Donk out towards short. He'll hold on to this space, so Tanir's just trying to buy as much time as he can. Doesn't go down for free, catches Bemis. Now Donk comes back to lend a helping hand. Azuu head spotted. Donk closes in, can't get it. It's left to Tanir, and Azuu cleans up with a massive round. One shy of the ace. He's given Luminosity a fighting chance at a competitive half.
And Donk had the drop. He saw his head come over there on just a little lip. And Donk moves in for the kill. It's Azuu who catches headshots. 4 massive frags. Kind of like what Spirit did there, to be honest. He still put them in a winnable position. Maybe it should have been a better position, as those B players get very involved. But Azuu goes massive here in this retake, taking 4 players and keeping Luminosity well and truly in this map. They are going tit for tat with Team Spirit on Dust 2.
I mean, you think about Azuu, you think about the uptick in performance he had heading into the Cologne major, man. Like, he was...
Sebenarnya udah keren, cuma mungkin 2 midnya itu matinya cepet banget ya, maksudnya. Sebenarnya kan itu fake mid to be ya, fake mid gitu. Nge-fakein short, abis itu kayak pura-pura ke mid lagi, padahal sebenarnya pada akhir-akhirnya ke A, karena ada 2 di short. Tapi yang midnya jadi mati 2 gitu kan, jadi kayak semacam sia-sia banget gitu ya. Balik aja nggak sih ke A-nya gitu, balik ke short lagi gitu.
Little colder is Donk in this game. That is giving leeway to Luminosity, much appreciated leeway.
I mean, this map could also serve to try and, you know, answer some questions about Spirit, because in these games, Donk has just had to go huge. You've had a bit of worry about some of the others. Tanir dead first at the start of this round.
Get ready, Afro.
Nice set on the A play. Afro, smoke to play around, would love to deal with the first. The Magic's caught there, but a break on this smoke.
Here we go.
Donk on tick,
Nyantai anjing dong. Dong masih hidup guys, 2 lawan 3.
Bomb now down, and a
3 lawan 3
3v3.
Masih hidup itu Zontix.
Of that last round might need to do even more.
Dead immediately again. Shira's going to have to follow up from ramp. His teammate is so low. Shira's got to pluck a player off as they cross in. Both get tagged and one gets felled. Shiro 1v3 for the end of the half, and a quick shot with the orb as they get closer. Luminosity do repel him. 6 rounds at the half. Head-to-head is back and forth all game long, and Luminosity are here to play against Team Spirit. What a shock.
Nice juga ya, LG.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
By the way, gue sambil makan deh, bentar.
You gotta wonder if we're gonna start seeing Luminosity be fans of this Dust 2 more. Said it coming in, but this is their first official on the map since they put this team together. They've largely been leaning the way of Inferno, trying to make that one of their go-tos. But their Dust 2 is looking legit right now, going tit for tat with Team Spirit. A Spirit who had the lead throughout this game. You know, it's been Luminosity largely playing catch-up. And with some very keen rounds down the stretch out of Azuu, just seeing him, you know, kind of tap back into that major form. How many more twisted turns has this one got? Maybe we have a 3-map series on our hands.
That would be shocking. I mean, it's going to rely on Donk not waking up. He's been quiet in this second map after a great Ancient. 3 of the last 4 rounds coming in for Luminosity, 2 of them being retakes. Is there more in store on this T side?
A fast game lagi ya guys.
Shots. Straight down through the mid doors. Oh.
Nah, ini fast game nih, ini fast game nih. Ini dia guys,
Oh,
ini
it's
dia
dead
guys.
by 1,000 cards for Lux.
And Donk's back. Triple kill on the Julie somehow. This guy
Makan
makes him
guys,
look
sambil
like a
makan guys.
sniper.
Magic's felt good about that round 2. Hasn't really had to do a lot in this series thus far. 5 kills on the first map in what was a very comfortable win. But the right read here, break on the smoke, he did everything right.
Yeah, it's nice just having your mid player on CT, just have all the util on a pistol, and just wherever the T's
Lagi
going,
makan
just
juga,
rotate
makan apa
through
pada?
everything. You know,
Gua makan
long,
gembus
flash
guys.
your teammates through, short block with smoke nade, B, high flash as well. Magic's just waiting for the play to come to him.
Been watching the cams very, very closely during this kind of eco timeout that Luminosity were doing. It looked like Azuu was doing a lot of the talking.
I mean, when you're having a great game, you got a feel for it, you got ideas, you want to be set up. So make the most of it. Because very quickly, all this credit to Luminosity can still end in Spirit stomping this series away and Luminosity being eliminated. It's an AWP tag. Shiro once more. That's going to waste a lot of util here for Luminosity as they reclear everything. Spirit get back.
Well, that's just sad for Lux, isn't it? He got tagged by the AWP, jump spotting middle, and it made it enough for that nade out of Donk just to finish the job. Still looking to lean into a mid to be here at Luminosity.
Dia kan mentok 8
This one
kan?
might be right from the brain of Azuu, who is at the front of the pack.
Ini juga kalah ini
First, as
ronde
he
ini.
charges out towards the doors, Rainwaker not able to get out through the tunnels in time, and it just feels a little rough there. The peaks very far apart. Let Spirit break it into 2v1s, really.
What a great 1-2 punch here on this B site. They even spot the third as well. After a nice kill, but Zontix will not let him get space in this site, and it is just scrapping in middle. The Spirit do their best work. 9-6. And I feel like every bit of credit for Luminosity might be forgotten very quickly if Spirit can win one more gun round and eliminate them here in Paris. You do not have much room left.
Udah bingung gak sih guys?
I mean, these rounds can sometimes break the tension a little bit. You're playing with pistols. You feel a little freer from the nerves because it's not like it's, you know, one of your few remaining gun rounds. You get a little looser, you take a few more risks, you try and be very creative with the util, making sure you get maximum value out of it, and so everything's got to have intention in a round like this. You call these long flashes, you get the control, and so you kind of have the staging platforms for a round here, but Shiro AWP watching out towards the car. Second shot comes up short, but Tanir's right there and ready to play off of him. Flawless round for Team Spirit, no issues in spite of the long control for Luminosity.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. One gun round essentially decides this series outcome now. Luminosity have no wiggle room in this T side. A converted pistol and a gun round in the bag for Spirit.
I mean, look at the stars align here for Tania, man. It's a lovely transfer onto that second player, but the third is just collateral damage, it feels like.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
Afro,
more like it.
good catch.
Do they just jump on B? They know Donk is there, I guess. Let's not waste our opportunity. Afro's given them a chance.
Lu di pistolan dikasih main duelis juga. Iya. Ini 4 lawan 5 nih.
It's one of the issues with just feeling like you only have a couple of rifle rounds left. You don't really want to run the risk of overreacting to something like that. You try and play the round out. You had an idea, you had a game plan, so you take it slow. You know, if this was 10-8 and that's the first rifle round of the half, I think they do just charge it into B. The CT setup has been readjusted. Second player brought over towards this B bomb site. So now the onus is on Luminosity. They know somewhere on the map is weaker. Right now it's A. Gonna head out into this mid to B. Tania backstab gets one. Rainwaker follows up. They still haven't seen Donk hiding out of the car, but they are gonna clear him. Both players there just beelining for that position, had a very good idea as to where he would be.
It's a bit ridiculous, but I do love the pathing for Rainwaker, just completely offsetting Donk's crosshair by going over the toolbox there. Lets his teammate trade it perfectly. It's not like Donk could transfer to a lineup. Shiro trying to get rid of these AWPs.
Feels like a bit of a rough hunt there for Afro, because he's not getting another AWP now.
Oh dear.
And you know, like, there is a time to think big picture and trying to break your opponent's money, but I don't think this was the time.
Yeah.
Luminosity's own money is now called into question. In spite of winning this round, they're going to have AKs, they're going to have everything they can need, but they're lacking that AWP.
Duelis,
Yeah.
Duelis.
Spirit still have theirs, they still have more than enough.
Spray pattern bukan spray pattern banget sih ya, lebih ke arah emang harus agak ditarik ke bawah aja bang, sampai ada maksimalnya gitu, ditarik ke bawahnya harus hafal aja.
All right, long take. They were blessed with good spawns, but anti-long rush set up here for Team Spirit. Flashes to try and help him out, and it is just a volley of these flashbangs. Luminosity do get through. 4-on-3 intact.
Afro saw a car player. Don't volley it now. Wait for the smoke, and then they can just flush them out together. Gonna go through this, surely. Volley is good. Donk is trapped, though. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Orb cannot provide the cover. Donk still gets one, but Shiro falls with nothing done. How is Donk still in this round? Can somebody kill him right now? Azua will with a Glock.
Okay.
What a mess. But Luminosity are still in this game.
Makan gembus.
Don6 is hanging around, but is he really going to give this a go?
Safe nggak sih?
1v3, they're entrenched, they're set up, and yeah, tag down low as soon as he rounds the corner, he's out of there. So Luminosity get a little something done here on their T side after all. Building a couple of rounds now back-to-back, chance to save themselves. Remember, loser of this, their time in EWC is over.
The first team eliminated here in Paris.
Gangnir atau Prince? Gangnir.
So Luminosity fighting on back-to-back rounds. And not easy ones at that.
Hallie again with the timeout. Because once more, you can feel that this is tightening up.
I mean, Donk really has plot armor, doesn't he? Afro gets given the AWP.
But it was like the Rick Grimes plot armor. Like eventually, they still got him.
Spoilers.
It was good enough for a damn long time.
Oh.
Ya ampun, Mages mati lagi,
Run
Cok.
it back. Very blind. Donk rotates in. Tamir's got an orb.
Lux kind of came around doing his impression of the Taco Cash screenshots, shooting at the sky, but he's still got the entry.
Back to B here. Zontig's the only guy on patrol. He's not even sure about B site right now. They haven't made noise yet. Zontig's peeks in. Nice kill. Is he ready for more? Has a smoke to block. Chooses to fight, but nades are out. He's getting pushed up close. BMAS gets that kill. B site open for business. Maybe the round as well.
They're scrambling the rotates because they saw Luminosity still had a ways to go before they actually get in a B. So everyone will be here, and they're going to play ahead of this util. Tania gets in
What the fuck?
Molly splits up the push. One back for Afro. He makes it a double. As it's rescue and recovery on this round for Luminosity. Tania trying to fight this orb. Good for it. Afro saves the day with that 3K.
Oh my god, that's why we want him on the orb.
Hampir kalah,
So he
anjing.
can't be hunting with it.
Jadi
What an
10-9 gini,
incredible
guys.
round for Afro. That was going so wrong. Spirit made such a nice call to rotate quick. The nades are good. And even though, you know, it's ridiculous that Luminosity get trapped there, they can't go ahead of the smoke. They'll get picked off by Shiro's orb. So it's understandable. Afro's patience pays off. Behind the Molotov, multiple kills. And this game is getting way too close for comfort now for Spirit. Panic mode ensuing with these long pops, and there might be more in store. Shiro only hits a tag. He doesn't pay the price. So as far as Luminosity is concerned, that is all that is in this round. That AWP, look at them speeding up to avoid it.
The one thing to worry about is this AWP. And Shiro has it in the right place, but the util flushes him away. Lux playing through CT will miss his timing to deal with Shiro, but could still sweeten the deal for these players coming up catwalk. Missed shot from the Shiro AWP. Oh, another swing and a miss. Some of these have got to start connecting because all of Luminosity coming his way. Donk might fall, but everyone else getting torn apart for Luminosity. The Shiro AWP finally finding its way out towards the long side, and he's coming hunting for BMAS. Wants this final kill, wants the round over and done with. Team Spirit, not the one you were expecting. It's one gun in play. It ends up being more than enough.
I don't know how he misses 4 shots and then still comes out with a 3K. That's phenomenal for Shiro. It's a bit unorthodox, but pistols all over the bomb site.
Kenapa itu, guys?
And Luminosity still run into that AWP. They don't avoid it like originally intended.
And dude, that's just such a gut punch of a round, isn't it? You're building back into this game. You're feeling like actually you can tie this up. You could beat Spirit on Dust 2. Take this series the distance. Stay at EWC for just that little bit longer. Give yourselves the chance. And the round that's meant to be the easiest of all, you know, the one that you've kind of been playing for, the freebie in a sense, is the one that you give away, and you run right into the one gun and the pistols, and that ends up being enough.
And let's remember, they knew that AWP was on long, right? So they knew exactly what they were doing going into it. Could have just been avoided entirely with a mid to be. Great deagle
Because
shots
now,
here, man.
your own money's all messed up, and this late in the game, that could be a disaster. If you don't win here with this cobbled together buy, it's over. You're down to pistols.
Afro wasn't given a kill on the cross, so nothing given
11-9.
here to
Ini kalau
Luminosity. They've got to play it with less. Rainwaker on a pistol. Magic's waiting. Luminosity allowed to play default, and I kind of like this call here for Spirit, giving everything up and just playing a really standard round now. Magic's even got a mid to B smoke, or B mid smoke from A. Has more util in store, and Luminosity just want to go for a full set piece. Execute on Catwalk, lurk smoke on B, keep Stonk and Zontix in position as they set up this hit.
Lagi pacaran.
Timing broken by that molly.
Lagi pacaran nih.
Smoke as well. 40 seconds, boys. You're in trouble.
They're just going to play through it.
Gar.
Go on that second timing, try and catch Spirit off guard. Rainmaker hears a rotation, get past him. And they know the AWP is back here on long. They will find their way to a bomb plant.
A good position, especially if Rainmaker can take down Zontix on rotate. Oh,
he manages it and gets out of there as well, just to play a numbers game here, 4-on-3.
Ooh.
This was a chance at the knockout blow for Spirit, and it looks like they're writing it off.
It wasn't just a round for Spirit, it was a money-breaking round. It was a match point. It would have just ended this game, you'd like to think. But instead they concede, playing for that
11-10,
retake,
guys.
and Zontix's death gives up the advantage that Spirit once had. I mean, great call to come through that smoke there. That's a high-risk call from Luminosity. They get full blocked at short. They could have had to bail into a mid to B, but they just decide, we're in position, we've got to go.
And you know, this map has not done a lot to subside any of the worries for Team Spirit. Like, you're telling me that if Donk just plays like an average game, then they're at like a similar level to the brand new Luminosity. That's not a good sign.
Not a reassuring sign. And we've had a couple of, Donk, poor performances recently. Think about that bounty final, multiple maps in a row with a
Ya ampun, Magis mati lagi, cocok.
Right? He's set such a high standard for himself. And even now he's positive, but he had a string of slow rounds in that first half. He's been mostly avoided on the B site in this map. And sure, that's cost Luminosity, right? Running into the Shiro AWP and the Eco. They seemingly made up for that now. Winning the round that could have knocked them out. Now the mid to B. And this is where you wonder, can Donk just end this whole game?
They're going to give him a chance. Oh, or are they? They thought about going out on this mid to B. And replenish this. Or is it just on the second volley? 4 players coming out, running right in to Donk. Been largely getting avoided right there
Gitu,
in the
guys.
position to find match point for Team Spirit. Crisis averted. Donk proves to be the remedy. And now 2 opportunities to close a match that really never should have been this close.
And I guess that's why they've been doing A-pops the whole T side, right? Because 1 mid to B, and Donk just gets exactly what he wants. He almost looks uncomfortable there in that corner. He is boxed in with nowhere to move, still comes out with a triple kill. Donk just shuts out Luminosity from that hit and leaves them with very little in what could be their final round here in Paris. Got to give credit to Tanir as well in this game. He's had a great map. You were calling him to start off this series. You said he's going to have a good tournament.
He just, he's had a little time in the break. Feels like he's come in just with a bit more comfortability in all of his spots. A bit more assured of himself, moving with a bit more confidence. And thankfully, he's been very dependable in this map. And they've needed him to be, you know, if he was putting up kind of the Tanier numbers we were getting in some of these games last season, I think Dust 2 would have been over a little while ago in Luminosity's favor.
Even in the triple kill AWP round for Shiro on the eco, Tanier hit 2 incredible 1-digs. Oh, they walked through their own mid-smoke here. Luminosity just going for it. Magix is caught off guard. He is going to be able to get in the corner in time. Luminosity bail. Panic util getting played here from Spirit. Luminosity changed their tune.
Di smoke.
And out
Yeah.
they come. Magix,
Anjir, masih bisa dapat satu,
It's
guys.
back to this A bomb site. It's where they found a lot of their successes. Just trying to keep Donk out of the picture. Shiro, they're getting closer and closer, and now he's onto the pistol. Hoping for anything to go his way. Afro's holding for a re-swing up the ramp. Flash might have come in, but oh my god, Shiro, he's fired so many bullets and he hasn't hit a single one! Finally for Shiro, it comes in. Hand it off to Tanier, but he can't make it happen. That is rough.
Brother! This Shiro is brokey right now. There's 5 missed AWP shots, multiple missed Eagle shots. He gets a kill, but at what cost? My god.
It would have almost been better to peek and die instantly than making us watch that.
I'm so glad we just stayed on that POV, man. Oh my goodness. It's not what we expect, you know?
Wah, Shiro
It's not what we expect.
You know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, but if you take a bunch, you miss them all. It's also pretty rough.
That was something.
And now overtime is very much on the cards.
I don't know what to say. Luminosity are still here. And it's really gonna hurt if you
Ini
lose
kalau
now.
OT udahan anjing gue ya. Gue udahan dulu ya kalau OT, guys.
In this second map.
I mean, if we're being honest,
Kalau OT
this
udahan ya,
is
guys.
kind of
Gua
a lose-lose for Spirit. Like,
mau
even
scrim dulu
winning
gua.
here,
Mau
I think
scrim.
feels rough.
Lanjut malam, lanjut malam.
You know that if you want to be competing to lift the trophy, like, you can't be struggling like this versus Luminosity.
Jam berapa scrim? Jam 20.30.
Oh, Zontix is making a big boy play through the smoke. Donk flash. This could work. They're pulling nades right now. Good anti-flash from BMAS. And now B is open for business. But who's home? It's Donk. A1S, 20 bullets, 5 players. What's he got?
Wah, OT, guys.
Gotta be huge. Flash lands. Donk still good for the first, but this is where the mid split's meant to bail you out. Lux gets past him, and so it's down to a retake. There's no Donk to save you. No one else is coming, Team Spirit. It's got to be Tanier, Magix, and Shiro combining to stop this overtime coming in.
Azuru's getting played with here. Magix will squeeze that shot. There's low players on this B site. This is certainly winnable. Resmoke is massive. It's going to allow reposition. Spirit in the dark. Don't know where these T's have gone. They're just going to have to fly through with this high flash. Shiro will have to do something to save him.
Flashes in, they wait for the second. That's their signal to go. Magic's dead right away as the AWP watches.
Anjir, OT, cok.
Luminosity 2 kills away from this overtime. And Shiro spotted.
Wah,
There's no
OT,
winning
guys.
this. Luminosity long it out. We're going to OT.
Incredible resilience across this entire map for Luminosity. They were down to the beginning.
Aduh, kacau ini. Gimana ini, guys?
Back into their pocket. Managed to isolate.
Lanjut malam ya, guys. Lanjut malam ya, guys.
And even though they've lost some pretty rough
Sorry, guys.
rounds
Gue mau
in
scrim
this
dulu. Ini emang
T-side, losing to a near full eco with just a hero AWP. Luminosity time and time have again weathered the storm and forced bonus play.
mau scrim anjing, mau scrim alter ego academy. Gue mau scrim, guys. Gue mau scrim.
It's a big pick for Shiro.
Main CS. Gue tuh mau main CS anjing.
Pressure off, Spirit feel free to fight. Double push at B.
Lanjut ini ya.
Azulu just got to be the hero here, straight out middle.
Lanjut malam.
I think sometimes, you know, when you've been so focused on just getting to overtime, getting there can feel like a real accomplishment if you're Luminosity, but it's like, don't move away from what was working. They loosen up a little bit here, try and force a couple of early fights, and I think, you know, that's actually what Spirit want. It's been these slower rounds where you send Spirit back to the bomb sites, leave them in the dark a little bit before making your move. That's where they found a lot of their success. Still in with a chance here, thanks to Azuwu so deep. But dead first at the window, and this one should go nowhere fast for Luminosity.
I don't want to save this orb here. It is overtime. It's not cheap. Afro's fighting his way out of this box. Something's just going to repeat this. And Donk is here to stop any business from happening. Would he? Should he? He just might.
Oh, do it.
Okay, Shiro steals it away. Donk won't be happy about that.
Shiro just getting them numbers up.
It's fair. It's really fair. I mean, hilariously, the round that he had 5 missed orb shots, he was 17 and 10.
Yeah. No, like he is playing better.
Yeah, he's playing better. But it's just crazy to watch that.
Just don't think we're at peak Shiro by a long shot yet.
After yesterday, it's hard to argue that.
It was
case.
5 orb shots. It was like 5 Deeg shots.
Yeah. Let's watch it back in slow-mo later, I think.
Really deep dive on every one of them. But yeah, look, I think for Luminosity there, it's a bit of a classic thing. You get into the OT, you have this degree of freedom. Why not have BMAS go for that early long fight? Why not have the Tunnels player give it a bit of a jiggle? Both of those fights get lost, and you're instantly in a 3v5. Where they looked their best, they were kind of slowly going about the mid-control, taking that early. Just having pressure across the map, not necessarily on fights, but just with holding the space, playing for it. And so yeah, they slow it down here. No risky moves out of the gate.
Committing here. Bomb is a little back of the pack. Are they going to drop back here? Getting a player out catwalk like this is quite the commitment, but Afro is not interested. They're trying to force reactions, trying to weaken that B-bomb site. Even BMAS is lurking here. There's so many layers to this round. What a set call for Luminosity that seems to have worked. Only Zontic's on that B-bomb site, and even he has not fallen for it. 30 seconds, it's gone a little bit too quiet. Even Donk now unconvinced. Another kill available. Azuwu grabs it. They've got the A site, suffering from success.
Oh, this could get really weird now, though.
They're not sure that bomb is even going back up cats.
Okay, no one in position to punish the bomb as it crosses, but these players in CT are going to hear this.
They wanted B, but A is just theirs. Bit too early on that move. Don't offer up a kill here. You've still got the advantage. And so it falls into place. Good of them to recognize that even though the set call was to lurk out B, that we didn't need to. Double kill in that A site, no warp on long.
I mean, it definitely helps as well that we've been seeing on the cams just Azuwu being very, very vocal, and it's him in that kind of all-important position that gets the kill on a Magix. Also just think he plays it really well, conducts himself really well there, crossing out behind the box, leaving it to timings, doesn't risk it all on some brawly fight, just knows that they're in the dark, and as you hear them rotating, feels like he has a bit of a window. And so can Luminosity really win out on this half? That's kind of the big question right now. Tit for tat with Team Spirit to get things going.
And again, I want to add context as to why this is so crazy. This is a new Luminosity who, of course, the 4 players of Monty with a Brazilian in-game leader, players that he's not played with any of these players before, and a team that, you know, only in the previous event coming into this have not won a series yet. They've not won a single series.
Yeah, not only that, you know, it's Lux moving into this this Luminosity squad, guy who hadn't played in months, right? Being on the legacy bench.
I mean, it was mid-season. It's quite a return to form, but the job is far from done. However, on Spirit's map pick, it is certainly too close for comfort.
I mean, you know, we say for kind of new teams, you're looking to learn at your first couple of outings, see what your strengths and weaknesses are, what you need to improve. I'm hoping for Luminosity, this has got them rethinking maybe their go-to, because Dust 2 looking very sharp. And you imagine that comes, you know, largely from that Monty core who had good success on the map at the major.
Just that previous round as well shows they've been in the lab. You know, that was a really specific set play, every position important, no one overplaying their lurks. So they've definitely been working. Time to see if it's going to pay off here. This second round in overtime is everything. Donk with a AWP for the first time, pushing into B. They're all coming in here. Might just be a guaranteed trade. Unless Rainmaker goes early. Donk not buying it. Drops that smoke at the right time. That was about to be death for Donk. So smoke keeps him up in this B hit.
It's still coming though, smoke or not. They blow it open. They play right through into this Donk KWP. Only good for the first. Zontic's also low. You're begging him to get away with one, but BMAS won't let it happen.
Azui's smiling as he makes that play work.
And now Luminosity are rubbing their hands together. The promise of a winning half in overtime right in front of them. They just can't fumble a 3v2. It's the toughest bomb site to try and retake even in even odds bouts, but it's a low HP Magix and Tanier. That's all you've got to rely on here for Team Spirit. AWP on the line, and the one guy with HP offered up first. There should be no winning this for Magix, and this puts Luminosity in a crazy position. Chance to make this elimination series a 3-mapper. After all, they are just 2 rounds away from that reality.
Just unreal resilience in this game, right? They got absolutely banged
Wah,
out.
GG guys, anjing.
Eh,
gue udahan ya, guys. Gue scrim dulu guys, sumpah gue scrim dulu guys. Udah telat nih gue. Lanjut ntar ya, guys. Maaf. Emang ini emang dadakan guys ya, emang dadakan, jangan salahin gue guys.
It hasn't deep been steady for Luminosity. Time and time again, digging deep when they have to.
Itu ya, di situ ya.